Hello. I figured I might as well make a tutorial about how to use DaVinci Resolve and or how to make TikToks on your computer. DaVinci Resolve is free. I can link it to you. But I was just about to make a TikTok, so I was like, oh shit, instead of me sitting and explaining it, I'm just gonna walk through how I do it. So I use DaVinci 16. I think it's at 17 right now. I don't know how different they are. I think I tried 17 and I didn't like it. But whatever. So this is for DaVinci 16. DaVinci Resolve, it's free online. So here's what you start with. It looks scary. It's not. So first we're starting by making a new timeline. I do click the use custom settings, and then the format button. So we want it to be in 1080 by 920 rather than 920 by 1080. You don't have to change the frames per second. I always put it at 60. It doesn't matter because most of the stuff that I stream on Twitch is only at 30 FPS anyway, but I always change it just in case. Who knows? So when you press create, now you see over here, I think I'm pointing the wrong direction. Whatever. But now you're gonna see up over there you have a black box, so that's the timeline that we're working with right now. Not that. So you get your clips. I had this one that I particularly like. So I have a TikTok folder. I clip things out. So what I just do is I click and drag and I put it over here. There's probably some way to like file, import media, and then find the file and do it. I'm too lazy. So I just drag and drop. So then what I do is I drag it here onto my timeline. So now we see it is over in there. And this is a situation where I probably could just use Streamladder, you know, where it already puts your face at the top, video below, or whatever, but let's pretend that I can't with this one. So I have now put my clip. You can see this is the bar. This is the whole thing. So it's like 30 seconds long. So this I'm currently in, what is it? This is the cut scene. This is the editing spot where it's basically you're putting together everything. It doesn't matter where you have your little thing. But next, I'm gonna move to the one next to it. This one, oh, my finger doesn't go that far. This one right here. If you hover over it, what does it say? It says edit. We're going to edit. And now, so many scary things, they're not scary. So, below down here, this blue thing is your video, this green thing is your audio. You can have more than one. You just drag and drop. Here, I'll just fucking do it quick. I'll show you that you can do it. It's not scary. I'm just picking something. I don't know what this is. But I can drag it. It'll just go into the timeline. Suddenly, bam, you have two things. And then you will have two lines of audio. You can fuck with that all you want. Here, oh, see, look at, like I said, I wasn't lying. So there you go. And now look, I delete it and it's gone. Doesn't matter. You can clip things. This is the easiest fucking clipping thing ever. There's literally this thing over here that's a scissor. So like, say I'm talking in here, but like from here to like here, I don't like it. Just hit the scissors. It literally just trims it out for you. And then press it and delete it, and it automatically just shoops back together for you. I don't know if that's true. I don't know if that's the case, but if you want to do that anywhere in your video, you can do that. Okay, cool. So going back into the editing, because the very first thing I do is I set up my video. So if you're doing this for TikTok or YouTube Shorts or really anything, I guess, the little thing is going to be here on the side, you know, like your little profile, your comments, your share button, and blah, blah, blah. And you also have to remember that there's going to be taglines and shit at the bottom. So when you're doing this, click over here. You want it to say video. So usually you don't have to, but if you click on the video that you're trying to edit. So right now I just have this one. Click on video, and then here's all the information with my video. So the main thing that I really pay attention to here is the zoom, right? Because that's going to change what it looks like here. So I'm going to try to zoom in because you want to get it so it's zooming in on all the important shit, right? Because like, the more blown out the video is, the more people are going to have to look at it. You want them to zoom right in on the important stuff. So I zoom it in. This will be different for every video, but literally click and hold and you can drag it. So, or you can literally type in a number. Like I can put 2 and there it goes. So then you could unlink it. I don't know why you would, but you can. So these two, the X and the Y axis would be separate. Don't do that. So then obviously I've zoomed in to where I want, but obviously, you know, you can't see my face, which is the most important part of the video. So then you can do the same thing with the position on the XY axis. I get these two mixed up all the time. It's very clear x-axis, y-axis, and I always mess it up. Doesn't matter. You can control Z your way through life. So now I'm gonna move it. The thing also to remember, if when you're doing this, TikTok does squish it a little bit. So like, say I wanted it so my face was right on the edge. If I put it here, this to me is perfect because then you can still see the gameplay. But TikTok is gonna scoot it still a little bit over, so sometimes your face might get cut off. So like, prepare for that. And I'm gonna show you another way too. If your face cam is in a weird spot, anyway, let's pretend we're not moving our face cam right now. Let's pretend we're keeping it where we are, and I'll just show you how to do it from here. So say my face is where I want it. I'm gonna scoot it over just a little bit further than I think I'm gonna have to. And then you might need to zoom out more. You might be like, okay, I need to zoom out more to show the rest of it. So totally fine. So the other thing is it scoots it in on the side, but it also scoots it on the top. So try not to put anything like important directly at the top. Like you can scoot the video. Here, I'll put it up there. You can scoot the video directly at the top. It's going to cut a little bit, but then maybe you don't want like a chance of having a little black bar at the top. Totally fine. But anyway, I specifically switched my camera to be on this side so that when I am making a TikTok, I don't have to worry about it being on the right side, which is convenient because then I would have to like scoot my video up and over and weird shit to avoid the censor stuff, the profile shit on the right. Anyway, so let's say I've scooted it to where I want it to be. I am done scooting. So you could be done here. You could totally be done here and export it and carry on. I mean, I would definitely watch through the whole thing just to make sure it's like hasn't cut off anything important. I keep looking. I think I'm looking at my Twitch chat. There is no Twitch chat. You like make sure you watch it all the way through just to double check. But what I like to do is I now have this thing on the side, so I don't know how to open this. Oh, okay. I think it's you click on effects library. Okay, awesome. So there's this thing here when you're in the editing portion. So when you're in the editing portion, if you click over here to effects library, I click on titles. And then I take this fancy little thing that says text, and I'm going to click and drag it, and there we go. We now have a text box. So I like to add captions to my videos. You don't have to. I think TikTok can do this for you now. It didn't when I started doing it, but I'm just kind of used to it at this point. And this way, like, I can add little shit. Like, I can still put in the captions, but I could also do, like, gasp and have it be, like, 2 seconds, like, just straight on my face for whatever reason. Yeah, like, you know, you can mess around and you can add text in places and extra stuff. So that's what I like to do. It comes with a shit ton of like fonts. Like, look at all that. I didn't download these. These are just here. I don't know where those came from, but they're all here. My personal favorite, doesn't matter. I use Open Sans. I don't know why. I like it. And I also use the bold. Yeah, I use the bold one. And usually because of how I'm formatting this, my text is usually in the black. So I don't have to put anything else on it. Like, this could be fine. But if, say, you have it over stuff, I will add, like, sorry. So I'm scrolling through on this text side. So you can just press video and it'll go back to the video portion. But when you have a text bar here, this little tan, oh, I'm kind of covering it, but this little tan bar right here is the text bar. There's a thing that says text right here, and it gives you so many options. You can keyframe literally everything. Like, all of these things have a keyframe that I could add to it. I don't because I'm fucking lazy. But you can keyframe whatever the hell you want. But anyway, I usually, the only other thing I'll add is I would put a stroke. Usually I think I do pixel size of 2 with a black stroke. Just because the thing is with text is it can be so much smaller than you think, right? Because like here I'm like, oh, you know, I mean, I still think that's a little big, but like even if you put it, I'd be like, oh, like maybe that's too small. It's not. Like, you could really, like, especially if it's down here, like in the black, man, you could have that shit so small. Like, it looks hard to read here, but on your phone, it's not. So like, don't worry. Like, I mean, worry a little bit. You don't want it size 2 font or anything, but like, you can make your text smaller than you think you have to. But again, you don't have to do text. I think TikTok will do it for you. But there are so many people that listen to TikToks without volume. What I do at work sometimes. So like, you know, sometimes having the captions is so useful, and I think it adds a lot, especially when you're adding it in yourself. It's just kind of fun. Again, you don't have to. But literally all I'll do then, like, so say, here, you know, let's listen to my video. Hopefully it's funny. I'm gonna leave him here though, because I don't want him to die. Of course. So, okay, that would be the first bit. So I'm, gonna leave. Oh shit, the other thing I do, okay, sorry, actually one last thing. So when you're typing, well, you know, okay, so I'm, oh shit, nope, stop. I'm trying to show them something. Okay, so like, when I'm typing here, you see the bar is like moving, like the text is centered, or the box is centered, but the text is getting longer. I hate that, because I want it to stay, like, I want my text to be right there. Again, this is me just being picky. So when you scroll down a little bit further over here, there's anchor points. I always press the one with the bar on the top and on the left. So that means wherever I put this, it's gonna stay right in that little, well, I guess it's opposite. It's gonna be in that corner. It's opposite of my camera. I don't know. So now when I type, hold up. Okay, so I'm gonna leave him here. Is that what I said? I don't even remember. Sometimes you have to watch it back because I don't always remember what I said. I'm gonna leave him here though, because I don't want to. I'm gonna leave him here. So, I think I said because I don't want him to die. Yeah. Also, you don't have to use correct grammar. There are so many times where I just don't put an apostrophe or whatever because you're just reading it. Who cares? You die. Okay, perfect. So then that's my text box for here. But obviously, I don't want it to continue going because I have stopped saying that. All you have to do is select the text box that you're editing and just, do you see this little thing that's coming about here? So when you hover over the side of it, there's two options. This one will scoot the text, like I just do this one where it's the two, stop it. Where it's the two little divider boys. And I just click it and hold it, and then I drag it over there and it'll snap right to it. Because that's where I wanted it to end. But also, like, it, you know, say I want it here, you can still click and drag it there if you really want to. You can put it wherever you want. So there you go. You can click and drag it to wherever. I like the snap feature because it's fun. So now you're like, okay, I want another text box. You could click and drag, but then what happens is you will then have to go through on your text and get all those, you know, the font, the size, the position, all that shit. Again, I don't like doing that because I'm lazy. So I will click on the text box. I will do Control C and then Control V, and it will paste this box right on the other side of where your little cursor line is right here. So like if your cursor is in the middle, it's going to paste it right there. So it's going to paste it over your old text. So just beware of that. It's messed me up a couple times. It's an easy fix. Just either scoot it over or delete it and redo it. It's not too hard, but just keep a note of that. It'll put it right where you ended, which is kind of convenient because if you click and drag and meet the cursor where your text is, where you're done saying your thing, this next text box is going to be right where you need it. But sometimes you can also see it shows you right here where I'm speaking. So like, for example, you know, if I copy paste a text box and it's right here, well, I don't want text there. So I'll just move it or delete it or whatever. It's super easy. Yeah. And then you just do that all the way through your TikTok. And there you go. So the only other thing I wanted to show you, because I think some people that I know have a cam so mine, I have a green screen behind me right here, green screen, but some people have their cams in a box. Totally easy. But you might be thinking, well, wouldn't it be nice if I could move my box somewhere? It would. Wouldn't that be neat? And you can do that. So I think there's probably easier ways. I'm sure there are so many people who have so many tips and tricks on how to do it. Here is how I have/would do it. I'm just going to delete these. So what I would do, I would take and I would duplicate this. So now I would just immediately right on top of this other one, I would put it again. Scary, but it's not. Because you're like, oh, there's two audios. No, there isn't. So click on this, right click. So I just right clicked. It doesn't matter which one. They're the same video, whichever one you want to mute. But if you right click it, there's literally a thing right here. Oh, I'm not covering it up. It's literally a thing that says mute. Click it. And there you go. Now it makes no sound. But you might be wondering, why do I want two videos? Well, I will tell you. So what we're gonna do with video 2 is, oh, fun. Well, okay, so issue here is, I guess, look, I know what I want to do, but I didn't think through how to make it look before I started it. Okay, so I'm gonna take the old one. I'm gonna hide this one. So if you get overwhelmed, like me, smile. There's shit over here that you can do with it. You can lock things. So I just click this button, so now I don't see it. I can like show it and unshow it, like the hide feature, whatever. So right now, I'm not looking at that top one. Not gonna worry about it, because what I'm gonna do is I'm going to zoom back out with, oh, wrong button. Zoom back out with this one, and I'm gonna scooch it over. Obviously, my cam is there, but you know, some people, like I said, if you just have a square, this probably wouldn't be as much of an issue for you. There we go. So I'm just gonna scooch this little bitch over. I'm not there anymore. Well, I don't know, whatever. I'm not there. Pretend all the important shit's happening over there. Whatever. So say this is positioned where I want it to be. You can put it wherever you want. But then this is the one where I want my cam, right? Like I want my cam like in a different spot. So what I'm gonna do with this one is there's also a little feature over here. I literally just found some of this shit. So like, you can find new shit every day in this program. So how long is this so far? Oh my god, we're at 16 minutes? Fuck, sorry, okay. So, we're back in the edit. We're back in the edit section. And I have clicked on, make sure you're clicked on the right one. I have messed this up many times before. So make sure you clicked on the right one. And then there's this little option doohickey over here with a drop down, right? So you can transform, and I'm gonna press the crop button. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to crop my cam. And it's already a square, but or a rectangle, not a square. A rectangle. And then guess what? I click it again, and it's done. So again, I literally, and you can click it and unclick it. So if you need to edit it again, just click on it and it'll be re-editable. So let's say, there we go. Oh, I have to click it again. Okay. So here's where it's going to be finicky. There are some things that are really easy with DaVinci where I could literally just click and move it. This is now not one of those situations, but this is good because now I can show you how to use the other things. So like before, when we were moving our video around, sometimes the text gets really weird. Like it will like snap to certain sides and you're like, that's not where I want you at all. You can still go back to these options over here. Even a text box will still have these position icons or little movement bars. Yeah. So just move it to where you want it. I seem to have, oh wait, and I can make it bigger. Because again, the most important part. So you make it bigger, and I'm just gonna move it over, well, maybe a little bit smaller. There we go. And then I can just put it, see, I click on these things all the time. So bad. So there you go. Like you can move, and that's a way to move your camera. I will say the more video files that you add here, the harder it is on your CPU. Maybe your computer is great. My computer usually does fine with it, unless the videos start to get really long, in which case it hates that. You know, we can't be perfect. So then it would, I mean, it looks kind of silly. I'm gonna leave him here though, because I don't want him to die. Horsemaster, it works exactly the same. I mean, taking good care of your horse doesn't mean that they're... Okay. But yeah, I mean, that's it. It's very easy. There's an option here. I think there's like a quick export button. I don't like that because I don't like how it exports. So say I've done everything I wanted to here, and you can add as many freaking video lines here as you want. So say you want another one. Okay, hello. So you can add a track literally whenever you want. All I did over here was I right clicked, add track, or delete empty track. So then whatever. So then you can add as many tracks as you want. Sometimes I've had it where I've had like 4 text boxes in a row because I'll want it to like do staggered things at different times, and you play around with it. Do whatever you want. But say you're done with it. What I would do then is once I'm done with it, I've watched it again, I've made sure everything is in the right spot, the text lines up and all that shit. I go to this button over here, it says deliver. There's a bunch of other stuff in here, like you can do stuff with the audio, you can colorize it, you can, I don't know what fusion means, I assume that's with the keyframes. That's scary, I don't do that. So I'm just gonna press deliver, and then this is our export screen. So the only thing I ever do is I make sure I title it something, tutorial, smile. And then I pick where I want to go. So you'd press browse. I don't want you to see my files, but press browse. And then the only other thing I change is I change the video format. I always change it to an MP4. This works differently for other people. Maybe I don't know why you would want, maybe you like QuickTime because you have a Mac. I don't know. I like MP4. It's the nicest one. Anyway, so then you just press add to render queue. Oh, I didn't press the location. Don't look at my files. It yelled at me saying you need to pick a browse source. Anyway, but that's the one thing I always forget is you browse and then add to render queue. It'll go over here and then you press start render and it will render the video to wherever your location was. 20 minutes. Look at me go. Well, I hope this was helpful. I'm probably just gonna put this shit on YouTube too, so hopefully it was helpful to literally anybody. Okay. Hope that helped. Okay, bye.